Spanos Antics. Right, so here's one I made earlier. I'm just putting the legs back together. I kind of forgot a little bit how they go back together because it's been a while. So a few things to consider. I do want to go for BC Racing coilovers, but the budget is not there yet. If you want to contribute, there is a button. So for now, I got some gas adjustable shocks off another 240 owner. They're 60mm shortened to go in them instead of the standard ones. Only thing I didn't realise is, because obviously I'm running a 60mm shorter spring, so I assumed you'd need a 60mm shorter shock. Incorrect. Actually, it's too short for a stock housing. So what I have to do is make a spacer to bring that up to there inside the housing, which will get me going for now. Hopefully it'll have enough travel and it won't bottom out. So the process, as you may have seen when we did the Golf, I used my friend's spring compressor machine. Well, this is my late night Wednesday night working on the car night, and everybody's shut, and I'm here on my own. So I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way with the Widowmakers. It's not too bad because these are much shorter springs. Let's have a little look at the springs. Let's do a spring comparison. This is my chopped down Volvo spring. Now this was probably about there originally. I'd taken off 4 coils, I think, in the end. I forget, I kept cutting bits off. And this is my 60mm lowered spring. This is from a company called Classic Swede, which we've had parts of before. So there we go. Put them all together. That goes on that with that inside. That goes on top with a nut and a washer. And a bolt goes on top. Oh no, and there's also a bearing plate. And that all bolts together. Let's bang this one together, shall we? Well, it's bush time. I'm removing the old ones and sticking in the new ones. How do I do it? Well, this one was a bit tricky because you can't press it because that's in the way. So I had to go in the vise. And this is my little vise jig. Big bit of tube on this end, socket on that end, and then just wind it through. Job done. Right, and to put the new one in, washers and spacers, and just wind it in on the vise. Now we've got these parts assembled, they can go back in the car, and by magic, and there you go. All done. That's this side pretty much all buttoned up with all the fancy new powder coated parts in. Looking beautiful. Got new Miltech pads, new rotors drilled, vented, slotted. Boom. Happy days. Next thing to fit is this little bad boy, and it's a cross frame underneath. Now I know I have to drill 2 holes, but I think it hangs off 2 holes that are already in this cross member. So let's get it mocked up. So I just need to drill 2 more holes, one through there and one through there, through these, and we're tickety boo. Sweet, well that's that in. Bolted through the rear wishbone body thingy, and then it goes up. It's a bit of cross member. Next up from the parts bin stash, anti-roll bar, upgraded with a drop. Now this is, I think, meant for the V6 version that Volvo actually produced. I'm hoping, I haven't even tried this, fingers crossed it's gonna work with this bad boy. Let's stick it up there. That is the front end, pretty much buttoned up. The anti-roll bar is gonna work, which is sweet. Happy days. Cool beans. Right then, so front end, button up. Happy days. Time to work on the rear end. We've got our, I'm not sure what the technical name for these bad boys are. Rear trailing arms, maybe? All reinforced and powder coated, which you saw in that previous episode, link above. And we've also got our adjustable coilover style adjustable rear end springs, which are from Classic Swede. Again, another episode on that. Click in this link above. So we've already seen assembling the rear end of a 240 on a previous episode. So I'm not going to go into crazy detail. I'm just going to time lapse it and bang it back together. Looking pretty sexy. Woohoo! Box opening time. Gaz adjustable sexy shocks for Mr. Vovi. So you can wind them right down to loose. So that is as soft as it goes. Pretty soft. That's how hard as it goes. Hardly move it. Gotta get these puppies on. These are those modified Beetle ones that I kind of hashed in there to go drag racing, and have always been there since. Super soft, not great, but they got me going that day, and that's all I had. So, but the time has come for some gas adjustable shocks. So this goes here. So there we go. There's our little gas shocks in. The adjuster's a bit of a bugger to get to down there, but